has 13 career nominations, but was left off the list this time around.
This year, it's really, really too bad because this was Susan's year. This was the best year she's had in many, many, many years. She had, you know, you only have to have 2 hours of tapes. She had hours and hours and hours that she could have put in that would have really been competitive this year, which only goes to show that the nominating procedure is a little, you know, it's not very good. We always complain about that because actors nominate actors. They don't ever get to watch each other.
Nonetheless, Daytime's leading lady is on tonight's VIP list since she will be co-hosting the award ceremony. As the world turns, Kathleen Widdows starts off this category. This will be her 3rd Emmy nomination for her heartwarming portrayal of Emmy Snyder.
He said that he didn't want to have anything more to do with his family.
This is the first Emmy nomination for Fiona Hutchison. As Guiding Light's impulsive Jenna Bradshaw, she keeps viewers on their toes.
Would you go away? Would you please just go away?
Past Emmy winner Linda Dano is at it again. As romance novelist Felicia Gallant on Another World, she just might be writing a new chapter in her career.
What do you think? Is this it? Are we done here? Have we spewed out enough bile?
All My Children's Julia Barr racks her 6th Emmy nomination. She already has received an Emmy in the Best Supporting category for her multifaceted portrayal of Brooke English.
There's nothing to stop us.
This is the first time around for Hilary B. Smith, who's been courting One Life to Live viewers as feisty attorney Nora Gannon.
So now I'm going to suggest something to you that I suggested the first time we met.
What?
Plead guilty.
No.
Nope. Hey, we are back, and with me is Mimi Torchin, editor-in-chief of Soap Opera Weekly magazine. And
That's the new issue right there.
That's the new one. Get it on your newsstands. Yes. Now tell me, what is your prediction for Best Actor?
Well, it's a very good race, and I think that it's going to be very, very close, but I'm going to say, oh, I hope I'm right, Julia Barr. Julia Barr from All My Children. Yeah. I think all of the women were really terrific. I think Kathleen Widdows is a fabulous actress. Yes. I think she's a supporting actress,
yes.
though. And I think Hilary Bailey Smith has a very, very good chance. I think they were all wonderful. Julia really, 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 really was great this year.
She was absolutely
yes.
wonderful, and most of them, well, not Kathleen, but most of them were first-time nominees, were they not? I mean, we got Julia. Hilary's a first-time nominee.
Yes, it's Hilary's first time, and I think most of them were. I think there's a lot of first-time nominees in this
yes.
Emmy field, which is very, very nice.
Yes, it is.
It's an interesting race all the way around. But
all right, we're on pins and needles.
Okay.
The 21st Annual Daytime Emmy Awards is a presentation of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. Now, you may be asking yourself,
What's the Academy?
That's what you're asking yourself. Well, everybody loves to hate Michael Zaslow, who plays Guiding Light's evil but ever popular Roger Thorpe. This will be his 3rd nomination.
Well, I'm sorry, sweetie, but I don't lay down on the dirt for anyone anymore, not even for you.
After 13 years of playing the solid and very reliable Dr. Ed Bauer on Guiding Light, Peter Simon has received his 1st Emmy nod. Perhaps the good doctor will prove that nice guys don't finish last.
I couldn't go on loving you, Holly. You were too dangerous for me.
Charles Keating, who plays the devilish Carl Hutchins on Another World, has dashed his way to a 3rd nomination.
Hutchins is home. Yes, and he intends to stay.
Previous Emmy winner Robert Woods has warmed his way into the hearts of viewers playing the lovable Bo Buchanan on One Life to Live for more than a decade.
We have this whole county covered. No one is going to quit until we find Todd.
The Young and the Restless's Peter Bergman plays the scheming but charming Jack Abbott. He leads this category, having previously won 2 Emmys.
I was thinking it was difficult on you. After all, you're the younger woman, full of energy. All the normal drives must be getting to you.
It's getting crazy now. There are so many people, but I want to know now your predictions for Best Actor.
It's very difficult. Once again, it's a really great field. I think it's going to be between one of 2 people. I think it's either going to be Peter Bergman, who has clips to die for, or I think it's going to be Charles Keating, who is one of the greatest actors on earth.
Shakespearean trained.
Whatever, he can do
Tony-nominated.
cartoons. He's
Yes.
fantastic.
Listen to him. What's the
One of those
read
people
the
you could read the
telephone book.
telephone
He
book.
can do anything to me, anything. Excuse me.
Mimi,
Sorry.
come
Sorry,
on, we're on
sorry,
TV.
sorry.
I'm blushing.
Anyway, and Peter was magnificent. He had really gut-wrenching stuff. So I think it's going to be between the two of them.
Well, thanks, Mimi. And when we come back, we're going to move temporarily from daytime drama to programming for a younger audience. Aside from his work on All My Children, Dondre T. Whitfield is probably best known for his recurring role as Robert on The Cosby Show. This is his third nomination.
You mean to tell me you've never had anybody try to kick you into the dirt for not being just like them?
Three-time nominee Scott DeFreitas joined As the World Turns in 1984. DeFreitas would like to tackle the roles of director and producer someday.
I just have that little voice inside of me still. That makes that drink very appealing to me.
Guiding Light's Brian Buffington has racked up his fourth Emmy nomination.
No one's gonna see the smoke. We're gonna die in here.
Also nominated from Guiding Light is Monty Sharp, who took the statue home last year.
Come get me, baby.
Come on! Come on!
Roger Howarth had a stint on Loving before settling into his role of convicted rapist Todd Manning on One Life to Live. All My Children's Sarah Michelle Gellar earns her first nomination for her role as the vengeful Kendall Hart.
You're the only one that I have left, Anton. Don't make me go.
Martha Byrne of As the World Turns made her debut on Broadway in Annie. When she's not acting, the former Emmy winner sings with a New Jersey blues band. This is the second nomination for Guiding Light's Melissa Hayden. Melissa's a former dancer and has appeared in the films Pennies from Heaven and Punchline.
No, it's not fair. Here is being treated like I've done something wrong just because I want to see my son.
Another Guiding Light nominee is Melina Kanakaridis, who snags her first Emmy nod for playing nice girl Eleni Cooper.
There is no other way. I am desperate and I need help.
Last year's winner, Heather Tom of The Young and the Restless, gets another shot at the statuette.
I hate you. Don't you ever come near me again.
Now, Mimi, before we get to your predictions, there's a lot of, I don't know, controversy about this category because what is a younger actress?
Yeah, well, I always say that the younger actor and actress category is like child abuse because you have, 10, 9, it's true, 9 and 10-year-olds competing against 23-year-olds, and they go home and they cry, they feel bad. It's very hard to have what a child will do opposite these emotional kinds of things that an adult will do.
We had Brian in this category, then we had was here Melina Kanakaridis. So what's the cutoff date?
The cutoff is 25 years old, and Brian, I think this is like his fourth nomination, and of course he, it's very hard. They don't have the kind of work that an older kid has, and if they want to do it, let them do juveniles, and let them do that up to 13 or up to 15. I think 15 is a good cutoff, and then if you want to have another category, because there are so many, you can't put those then up to 25 in supporting because the supporting category is so huge.
It's very difficult.
No, they should break it up.
Even with the best of contest as which this is, you're comparing apples and oranges anyway.
It's very tough. And this year, I think that the younger actresses is the toughest category this year. I think any one of those young women could absolutely walk away with it. I mean, it is a very difficult
But I'm going to put you on the spot. Make a prediction.
All right. I say it's going to be between, again, I just can't seem to stop hedging my bets. I think it's going to be between Melina Kanakaridis, one of the most beautiful women on earth, nicest women, and also she's such a spectacularly understated actress. I just love her. And Melissa Hayden, both from Guiding Light.
Boy, those are two, oh boy.
Quite a compliment too, because you're usually very specific, so if it's tough for you.
It's very hard this year. It's very hard on all the categories. Nothing really sort of jumps out. Anybody in any category can win.
Thank you very much. Okay, now if you're... Ian Buchanan is not new to the soaps, but he's new to the Emmys, earning his first nod as the suave but virginal Dr. James Warwick on The Bold and the Beautiful.
You and I have been avoiding this topic for some time. Now we're going to approach it head on.
An old hand at daytime is Patrick Tovat, who plays cowboy Cal Strickland on As the World Turns.
If we didn't love, then what is it, sex?
You're not making this any easier.
I can't say that that's high on my list of priorities right now. Just let it ring.
Three-time Emmy winner Justin Dees earns a nod this year for his portrayal as Vietnam vet Buzz Cooper on Guiding Light.
Annie, I wouldn't turn around and do you dirt. Look at me. I mean, neither one of us knows where this is going. But I meant what I said. I mean,
Tonight, for the first time, I finally felt like I came home.
Earning his third nomination is soap veteran Jerry Verdorn, who joined Guiding Light in 1979 as the town's lawyer, Ross Marler.
Will you marry me?
Previous Emmy winner Tom Christopher, who played the evil Dante Partout on Loving, wasn't overlooked for a nod this year, even though he is no longer on the soap.
Oh, Dinah Lee, even the United States government is part of your admiration society. I bet they brought along their SWAT team.
Boy, this is a really tough category.
Well, yes and no. From me, to my point of view, this is the only category that I'm not going to hedge my bets on at all, because I
know
think,
what you're going to say.
Yeah, because it's been the Justin Dees show all year long, and actually he should be in the Best Actor category.
But that's his choice to be a supporting actor,
yes,
right?
He probably, yeah, maybe he thought the field would be smaller. I don't know, or maybe he was trying to be, you know,
I had heard that his
self-effacing.
philosophy is that he feels all of them are supporting actors, and that's the category he feels most comfortable.
Fine, whatever it is, I think he's going to win.
Thank you very much. We're going to go to break. We'll be back. It's winding down. It's crazy here, but we'll show you more when we come back. Sharon Wyatt receives her first nomination for her portrayal as the troubled but well-dressed Tiffany Hill on General Hospital.
The truth is that you continue to have sex with Jessica after you knew that we were going to have a baby.
Joining the cast of Guiding Light in 1992, Hillary Edson receives her first nod for her role as the mentally unstable Eve Guthrie.
All right, so what are you supposed to be?
Nobody. Anybody, somebody different. Well, that's what New Orleans is famous for.
Eve's Springfield neighbor, Maureen Garrett, earns her third nomination as Holly Lindsay, proving that nice girls don't finish last.
He was so vulnerable, so sweet, really. And he needed someone.
Newcomer Susan Haskell plays Marty Saybrook on One Life to Live. Her sensitive portrayal of a girl that was gang raped riveted viewers. Although not new to daytime, Signe Coleman receives her first nomination for her portrayal as Hope Adams, a blind farm woman on The Young and the Restless.
I wanted to wait for the right man.
Do you think you've waited long enough?
A couple seconds.
And now it's time for Mimi Predicts.
Hello again.
And Best Supporting
Best Supporting Actress. Now, I just want to say something. If this had been last year, I would have picked Maureen Garrett. Her clips are subtle this year, but she has been submitted in scenes with 3 other supporting actors. Zaslow, Verdorn, and, my brain just went dead, and Peter Simon.
Yes,
that is the quintessential supporting actress. However, I think that Sharon Wyatt is going to win the award because she has very gut-wrenching scenes. And I mean,
troupe is out here.
yeah, and she was really wonderful. And of course, Susan Haskell had the rape scene, and these are all very dramatic things. But I think, you know, actors support other actors, and I think, you know, being submitted with 3 other reels really does give Maureen, it's great. It speaks a lot for her talent, but I still think that Sharon Wyatt is going to win.
Ooh, we shall see. Now, we've got a little bit of trivia here from Young and the Restless.
We do.
Guiding Light is the frontrunner again this year with 16 nominations. The show originally premiered on radio in 1937 and on television 15 years later.
Judgment Day is right here on Earth, not somewhere out there in the great beyond. So may you go to hell tomorrow, Roger.
The highest-rated daytime drama, The Young and the Restless, follows up with 12 nods. It debuted in 1973 as a half-hour show and expanded to an hour in 1980.
Run away! We cannot be together! We can't be together!
Listen to me!
We have no choice! He's my father, too! He's my father!
What are you doing?
He's my father, too! You hear me?
What are you...
As the World Turns received 9 nominations this year.
Is it a tumor?
Yes, it's a tumor. Yes, it's a tumor. They found a tumor. Right in here. In my colon. It's cancer of the colon. Are you satisfied? Are you happy?
And finally, All My Children premiered in 1970 and changed to an hour format 7 years later. The show has over 30 Emmys to date and 8 nominations this year.
Because I told you that I not only said no, but I fought back.
You fought back, but you didn't fight hard enough to stop him.
I fought with every ounce of strength that I had in me.
I think so.
Okay, we need predictions of me.
Mimi Criswell predicts.
All right. I think that, I think it's going to be a toss-up between Young and Restless. I think Young and Restless had Young and Restless and Guiding Light. I think Young and Restless is going to take it.
Oh, we're gonna see. Now, All My Children won our poll.
Well, All My Children was fabulous. They were all good. It was a very interesting year because nothing in any of the categories, except I think maybe Justin's category, Best Supporting Actor, jumped out. Yeah. Anybody could win, and it would be a good night.
Well,
really,
speaking of
almost good night, but anyway,
we do want to talk about speaking of pure soap. Every weekday, Shelley hosts a show right here on E!